Squirted the liquid nail around the edge. Had these in the shop, which were these big old. Oh. All right, dude. You know what this is? There you go, like that. Oh, snap. Yeah. Yeah. So it'll go, and it'll start going out, and then it'll like stop and turn around and kind of go that way. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. Oh, my back. Get my bottle jack there. Stack up the bricks. Put that on there. Use this piece of wood. Up underneath there. Hello, Craig here, and yes, it's another day here on the Thai farm of me just sweating bullets and through my dirty lens. Can you see my glasses, man? I put a nice little custom electrical tape there to keep it up. What old guy that has glasses doesn't have electrical tape on their glasses? I don't know. But I broke that arm off too many times, so, you know, and those are my work glasses, really, so until I get another new pair, yeah. But this morning, what did I do? I already did something. I don't know. I did go off and got metal. That's a 3-inch galvanized tube, and then I also got the round galvanized pipe. And ow. Yeah. And so what I'm doing here? Oh, I knew I did something before this. I forget. Oh, well, yeah. I trimmed the hedges with the hedge trimmer, which I tried to sharpen the blade, and I think I sharpened it on one side because it definitely cuts sharper on one side. But yeah, that's a whole nother task. Oh, and I don't know, you can't probably see it from here, but that one tree right there, I kind of buttoned it up. I brought the branches up and zip tied them together, you know, to kind of hold them all together. And then I used my hedge trimmer. I was going to trim it kind of like a, you know, like a Christmas tree. And I started doing it, and it was taking shape. And then as I did it up this one side, I saw a piece of white, I don't know, tissue or something in there. So I reached over to grab that tissue out of there. And sure enough, there's a bird's nest in there with eggs. And so I was like, yeah, scrambled eggs? So I said, you know, all right, well, whatever. So I just said, I'll wait. So now the tree looks half finished, but yeah, it'll be a couple weeks probably. And after you trim it anyway, you got to trim it again, you know, as it shapes up. So we'll see. I might wind up just pulling the whole tree out, but you know, you got birds. I'd rather have the birds in there nesting than up in the rafter or up in the tile or the roof nesting. Yeah. And you remember I had my two solar lights that I repaired, and these my heat gun and melted that up and stuff. So the lights work great, but you know, obviously the waterproofing was a problem. So I found an old tube of liquid nails and I squirted the liquid nail around the edge of the lights, both lights actually. So, you know, hey man, it's not pretty, but you know what? Who looks at your lights? You know what I'm saying? But what I have done is I bought a, like I said, the pipe. This is a one piece. It came 6 meters, cut it in half, 2 meters. I bought a metal drill and I drilled 2 holes. One, this will be for the solar panel. I'll mount that up there, and this will be for the light. So I'll have the light and the panel on one pole, or on, you know, each of the poles, and then I'm gonna walk them out into the pond and at the corners of the sala deck out there. I'm gonna through the mud down in there as far as I can. I think I'm gonna bring my little sledgehammer. I think it's out there, and hopefully I can get above it. There's 3 meters, and it's probably about, not quite a, well, it's probably a meter between the deck and the mud, and then I'll probably be able to go into the mud a meter just by hand, and then which is fine. But what I've also done is I have these in the shop, which were these big old U-clamps, and so I thought, well, maybe I can put the pole up against the post and then put this U-clamp around the post. I think the posts are 5-inch. That's probably, this is probably way bigger, but you know, anyway, I'm gonna take it out there to measure, see if I do that. I don't have the plate, the lock plate, but I can probably make one. But yeah, just to prevent it from the wind, right? The hellacious wind we get. And yeah, I had some bolts, so I'm gonna, these I've had for a while, and this actually happens to be a perfect size to go through the center piece of the bracket. I'm only gonna do 1 bolt on the bracket and 1 bolt on the light. It should be sufficient. But I did, while I was sitting here, the guy came and delivered a Lazada package. I thought it was for my wife, but it says Craig on it, so that would be me. And I don't know what I'm getting, but I did get a bunch of different stuff. Oh, all right, dude. You know this is. So some of you remember in my pond out there, I have one of those floating crocodile heads or alligator heads, whatever, and I just chuck it out there. It's been there for a couple years. It's all worn and stuff, you know, it kind of looks like a real one. And you know, so when people, the kids come over, this or that, they'll get out in the boat and paddle around, and they'll see that and kind of get freaked out, right? Well, we had some friends over yesterday. By the way, was it yesterday or day before yesterday? Actually, Alan helped me cut down my bananas, so I cut the bananas. He held the camera. Yeah, thanks, Alan.
Good shot. First hit.
Yeah. Yeah. Another banana haul. Look at those, nice, huh?
They look good, man.
They're ready.
Yep. That'll soften them up. Hey.
But we were joking that when the girls were in the boat out there, you know, taking their pictures and stuff, that I should have had a remote control head, you know. So I you know, the same day I just And it was only 2 days ago, I swear. So today's Friday, so that was like Wednesday. Yeah, I think so. And I ordered it right there, and it looks like it came. But you know what this is? It's kind of it's 2-in-1, because what it really is, it's a boat, which is cool. I get to have a remote control boat out there, and then the Alligator snaps on top of it. So you basically have a boat that you can mess with. That's what you do when you're retired, you know, men and their toys, and then you snap the alligator head on it. So let's check it out, man. Oh, it's not that big. I thought it'd be bigger. I thought it was like really big, almost too big. Well, there's the remote control, the wireless remote control. Oh, that boat is small, dude. I thought it was like king size, but you know, hey. Oh, and you charge it. So you, what's that? Oh yeah, it's a USB charger. So then you just take this, you just snap it on there. Is that it? I think so. There you go, like that. Oh, snap. So we'll have to take a look at that, get it all charged up, know how to get it off. I can just pull it off. I'll break the damn tail on it or something. Anyway, figure that one out later. You'll be right though. At least a little. Maybe the little kids might get freaked out over it. But I just thought something. Maybe my other alligator head that's in there, the bigger one, I could carve out the bottom. I think it's hollow, but it's got a floating bottom. So I could carve out the bottom and put the boat on that one, and then it would do it. Yeah, I'm just always adapting here, because I have nothing better to do with my time than to adapt and think of some more ridiculous stuff. I also ordered, and matter of fact, the same time that I ordered this, and I'm looking forward to it because I saw a video, which is the you know, the remote control. Is it a remote control? I don't know if it's a remote control or not, but the it's a USB charged fishing lure. So it's got the, you know, the fish. It's got, you know, it's in 3 or 4 sections or whatever, and you get it charged, and it's got an LED light on the float, and you chuck it in there, and it lands in the water, and then after about 10 seconds or so, it go boom, and it'll start going out, and then it'll like stop and turn around and kind of go that way and kind of go. So anyway, the lure is you know, moves around by itself, so it'll look like a live bait kind of thing. I'm anxious to do that because that pond over there has got some humongous fish in it. I want to see if I can catch it, so I should get that. That'd be cool. Maybe I'll come today. I ordered at the same time. I don't know if it's the same company though. All right, man, let's get me moving. I'll put those, assemble the poles and get them out over the water. All right, back at you. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. Oh, my back. God dang it. I know it's gonna be a crease in my back. The boards are, you know, they're just long enough, but if, you know, as you can see, if you step on the back, I back stepped, I think, and I flipped one of the boards. Damn it. Yeah. At least they didn't break the light. That mud was a lot softer than I thought. Look at that one, that was all the way down there. Probably should have made them 6 meters. Would have been up in the sky more, but it was really for the light to shine, you know, close enough to the water that all the bugs would go to the light, you know, and then the bugs fall in the water and the fish eat the bugs, right? So, but I know I can feel I don't think I'm bleeding, but I got that red mark on my back. God damn it. It's because you know what threw me off, man. First I'm trying to rationalize my clumsiness, but I had those clamps in my hand with the wire in one hand, and my other hand was the lights. What I should have done was just held on to the lights by themselves like I did the second one, but I had that three-way balance going. Light on this hand, heavy on this hand, trying to do the butt work in the middle. God damn it. Anyway, I'm going to cut a couple of pieces of this. I'm going to measure again. Remember, measure twice, cut once, to help shore up my A-frame house over there, my tent camp. Yeah, so I wanted to put a couple of pieces of metal in there because I mean, it was all secondhand wood, and the majority of all the wood's like iron. It's like metal, so it's no problem. But there were a couple pieces that evidently were not. So, and those I can see already gave way or kind of have like, you know. So I'll replace those. But I think they're 2.5 meters. But I'm gonna go measure and then I'll cut. This is not 6 meters. If it's 2.5, I can get 2 pieces out of it. That's 5. All right, man. Let me go do that, and we'll see what we got. Back at you. Well, yeah. Well, that's done. But yeah, I don't know, 2 hours? No, seems like it. So I replaced 3 beams with 2 steel ones. And because the old one, actually this end one was bowing when I put it in place, it was a little crooked. But sit down. Oh my God. So that didn't help. What I had to do, actually, I had to go back and get my bottle jack there, stack up the bricks, put that on there. I use this piece of wood up underneath there, and then just jack that thing up so I could get it up high enough to where when I put the metal on there, I could swing the metal up and get it on the, you know, on the steel, you know, platforms. Because I couldn't do it. I tried to muscle it, and I tried to lever it, and couldn't do it. I tried it like 5 times, couldn't do it. And then I got the jack, and then I had to try it, you know, I had to do it like 5 times with the jack to get it right. But I got it done. not easy. I gotta do more work on this. The cross beams are pretty solid, but end of the day, I think my yucca posts that I got are pretty solid, pretty rock solid. So, except for the skin. Skin's always messed up. But yeah. So I might, if I'm gonna keep it all, I might just square it up with metal as well. Anyway, never a dull moment here on the Thai farm. And yeah, so got some solar lights up, did that job, did some yard work, fix these supporting beams before they fall in on me. And yeah, I don't know if I ever showed you, but on my long queen over there, I need to fix that wheel, but I put a whole new deck on there, real good cross supports and everything. That's real solid. Y'all can climb up in there, stand on it and stuff. It's pretty solid. I'm happy with that one. Did that a while back. All right, man. Well, hey, I think that's gonna wrap it up here for today's activity on the Thai farm. I gotta go out to Macro, do some monthly shopping. Get my 7 cases of Escola. And what else? I have to figure it out when I get out there. All right, again, thanks for watching. Keep watching for more rehab here on the Thai farm.